Hi, welcome back to my channel, Mommy's Teacup. And here I am sitting here without a cup of tea, right? I'm actually in the middle of cleaning. So, no, I don't look decent right now. But if you're going to judge me, go judge your mom because I don't care. Just like that. I don't care. I'm a realist. I'm a mother. The baby's napping. I'm in the middle of cleaning. No, I wasn't about to get dressed up and no. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about breaking the cycle. In my last video, I did say I'd come back and talk about breaking the cycle, right? So I want to talk about breaking that dang on cycle that we've gotten from the older generations that we should stop passing down to the younger. Speaking of which, I recently just had a conversation earlier today with a friend about these issues. One in particular that bothers me is, silencing the children, the be seen and not heard. No. I'm not gonna say you, 'cause I'm not saying it's you, but a lot of people don't realize that when we don't let our children have a voice, it actually is damaging them. You don't want kids to speak their opinion, and to a certain point, you don't want them to speak on how they feel. And you're contradicting yourself because then you're saying, well, you can tell me anything. You can always talk to me. Well, these kids don't understand the difference. And truth be told, I don't understand the difference. And I'm almost 30. Why would you want to tell me one moment to not say certain things, but then tell me to speak up? Realize that kids cannot always understand the difference, right? They don't always comprehend. They're children. They are still learning. They're still developing, and we have to help them finish developing, right? A lot of people that might go over your head because, yeah. Anyway, so we have to learn to, not hold on to the real men don't cry. Real men do cry. Real men show emotions. It's the men that aren't men that are teaching these men to not do so. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to talk about something that's bothering you, talk. Let's figure it out together. You as a parent should be a safe space for your children at all times. You're worried about toughening them up for the world. Absolutely, but in the right ways. Because teaching them to hold back on their emotions and things that's bothering them, stressing them out, whatever, you're teaching them to not deal with their problems. And that's not what you want to do. For example, men all over the world are growing up and getting into relationships, right? If you take offense to this, tough noogies, right? These men are growing up and they're getting into relationships and being told as a child, don't show emotions, don't cry. Now their significant others are trying to figure out how to break through that thick layer of ice to show the emotion, to figure out what's going on with their partner. And it becomes hard because they were always told to not show that emotion. Now they don't want to be vulnerable. You don't understand what kind of damage that's doing to men and women, because some women are told the same. You're so focused on being strong when life is not all about being strong. It's also about living life and being true to yourself. And if you can't be true to yourself, you don't love yourself properly. And how can you expect someone else to love you and you don't fully love yourself? Another thing I want to talk about that people are probably going to judge me for, and I'm with the judgment. I don't care. It doesn't matter what you do, what you don't do. Somebody's going to judge you, right? Beating your children. Don't. In my opinion, don't. If you want to, it's on you. But I think you all should realize that as your children grow, they're going to make mistakes. But even as adults, we learn by making mistakes. And beating your children because they did something wrong, how effective can that be? Now, if they're just doing stuff and, they're doing outrageous stuff, then they might need to be knocked upside their head. But to immediately want to harm your child is just you taking your frustration out on them, and it's building resentment. Why even do that to your child? How about we try something differently? Like, actually sit them down and talk to them like a freaking person, because they deserve some type of respect too, because they are people too. And go ahead and say, oh, yeah, she's into that soft parenting. You're your child's friend. No, my children know that I'm their mother, and I do put my foot down when I need to. But there is no point in disciplining a child if you're not going to explain the point of you disciplining them. Why not explain why it's wrong? Don't say, oh, you can't do that, and then get upset because they ask why, you're talking back. No, don't tell me that something's wrong and don't tell me why, because if I don't fully understand why it's wrong, most likely I might do it again in a different way, and not even trying to intentionally piss you off or sneak around. I don't understand. Stop being so quick to jump down your kid's throat when they just don't understand. That grinds my gears. Don't do it. Especially when they're like freaking 7, 8 years old. They're supposed to be curious. This is the time for them to explore. Don't be angry. If you're so angry, maybe you should go to a rec room or something, or one of those temper tantrum breaking things room or something. Because, honey, I don't think it's the kids that got the issue. I think it's you that got the freaking issue. Like, let's be honest here. You just getting that mad that you want to immediately take your anger out on your child. Maybe you need to go talk to somebody. Maybe be true to yourself for once and go talk to somebody. Stop doing it because your parents did it, your grandparents did it, your great grandparents did it. And look at I'm about to take it there. Your grandparents did it. Did they beat the heck out of your parents? Take a closer look at your parents if that was the case. Damaged, right? We don't have to talk about it as long as you know. Just saying. One other thing I wanted to touch base on with breaking the cycle. Please stop making your children believe that they have to graduate from high school and immediately find a job and that's it for life. No. Yeah, they gotta get a job, because I know my kid's getting a job. I'm not getting a job. But let them know that there's more to life than just getting up every day going to work. If they have a hobby, invest in that hobby now. You never know how that hobby can turn into something great for them. If they show an interest in anything, a sport, art, anything, that may be something great for them. Life is so much more than waking up and working a 9 to 5. So much more than that. Let them enjoy things. And let them know if they want to go to school, they can go to college or trade school. So many people turn their heads on trade school. No. A lot of trades are in so much demand right now, and people turn their heads on actually picking up that trade. And you can do it. It's okay. And if you want to go to college, go. Just make sure it's what you want to do. Even you as an adult, it's not too late to go to school. I think part of the problem is, in those older generations, they were taught to get a job and hold on to it because times were a lot harder back then, which they were. They definitely were. But now things are so much different. We have to take what we can and hold on to it. But remember, it's a lot of life to live. Yeah, we're here for a short time, but we can have a good time. It's not that short if you think about it. I mean, it goes by pretty fast, but regardless, we're here. Have a good time. Live life. Live life. So I'm going to close out now. My main points were break the cycle. If there was something going on in your life that you were unhappy with, yeah, I see the gnat. Just threw out some bananas. If there's something going on in your life that you don't like, change it. Don't hold on to it because it's how you were raised, if you were raised that way. You don't have to live your life the way you were raised. Be happy. Be actually happy. Live it up. See you guys later. I'm going to go back to cleaning, and I'll see you in our next video. Ta-da. Oh, subscribe, because you didn't subscribe. And you didn't subscribe. Subscribe for more convo.